on YouTube's comment, just in case things come through there.
Sure.
Perfect. Hello and welcome everybody to our VBOUT monthly marketing meeting where we meet and we talk about the latest trends in digital marketing that's relevant to you. So we bring things from the future right to your fingertips, be it a topic about the latest in email marketing, be it AI chatbots. We've discussed a lot this year, and this is our final event for the year, at least for a marketing from a marketing workshop perspective, even though we will keep pushing other content. So I want to welcome everybody who has joined us from all around the world. Quick thumbs up if you are tuning in on the late hours. I know some of you are from down under as well. So quick shout out to Carol, BW, Blaine, Chaplin, Dennis, Edwin and Gabrielle, Giochino, Hope, Jason, John Dyer, Carol and Melanie, Molly, Monty, Nilufar, and Tiara. Welcome for joining us. As usual, everything that we share with you will be provided in your account under your agency portal as a downloadable. And we also send you a follow-up email summarizing everything we've done to download the presentations and repurpose them. Yes, we're one of the few, if not only, digital agency partners and marketing platforms on the market that allows you to repurpose our content for your own use with full permission. Today's topic is digital marketing trends for 2025, you guys. Very exciting year that have passed. And now post-election, I know the energy is down a little bit on many fronts, be it after a campaign being so energy consuming, or be it what to expect moving forward. Because don't forget, anybody that comes to power, especially in the United States, dictates a lot when it comes to AI, cost, regulations, and so on. So let's talk about digital trends for 2025. Before I do, we usually just go through the basics. We are 20,000 members plus and over 150,000 distributions. So we've grown. We call members our community direct engagement, logging in, talking to us. So it's a very active, decent sized community. Also, I would love for you to join us on Facebook. We announce a lot of releases, we take questions, and we pretty much invite you to all the latest events right there, so you won't miss any of them. Overall, this is sponsored by VBOUT. This is the company we founded over 11 years ago. So it's, we're going to pass a decade this year. And we focus on three main components: email marketing, marketing automation, and multi-channel AI chatbots. Now, under the umbrella of each of those, we have combined 14 plus marketing tools. If you haven't tried VBOUT, I highly encourage you to try them to consolidate your marketing stack in one place. Also, it integrates very well with other products, so you won't be, figuring out how to patch different things together. With that being said, VBOUT is the go-to marketing platform of choice for agencies and marketing teams. Would love to speak to you if you have a need for a marketing product for your upcoming year. George, please drop in the chat the links to all the stuff that we've shared from our community, and also a link to book a demo if anybody in the audience is interested.
Sure.
All right, let's get right into the trends for, or the topic for today, digital marketing trends. Now, I always begin by reviewing, we do this every year, by the way, where we cover the trends. So let's talk about last year's predictions, and let's see which ones actually happened, and happy to take your thoughts. Tell me what you guys think. The first trend we talked about last year was moving to minimal design. That includes website design and email design as well. So we preach, and we always do that in our case when we work directly with clients, we preach minimal, focus on one CTA, don't stuff your content and write a novel, all that stuff leads to simplicity. So that was one of the design trends that we've seen grow this year in 2024. Wondering how many of you actually have sent out simpler email this year than the year before. But that was a big shift. That increased engagement with a lot of companies who have a growing community, especially click-through rates have also improved. There are also some overlapping elements in some of the design newsletters. You can see this is an example on the left with just copy or text overlapping. It's just a little kind of trend for this year that we saw happen. Finally, dark mode. More companies are sent email in 2024 in a dark mode design than ever. And that was a growing trend. I think it's still easier to the eye, I guess, with the darker color. The second one was TikTok. I'm sorry, the AI image and video generation. Yes, I think I've produced more images this year than ever before, but unfortunately, AI video haven't come to the point where we were promised last year. I remember end of last year, we talked about Google releasing some of their AI video power generation tools. Sora was announced earlier in the year as well. Those never released yet. A lot of delays. I'm guessing a lot of issues and limitations with that technology, but I haven't quite seen video generation yet. Of course, avatars remain very well. They've gotten a lot better, but that was one of the predictions. AI image, on the other hand, have, I think, gotten so much better than before. And by the way, we released today, finally, AI image generation inside the VBOUT landing page builder. So if you're using it, check it out. It's pretty powerful stuff. All right, you have TikTok Shoppables. That was released, well, it grew in popularity last year. And I don't know how many of you use TikTok here. I sometimes do, but I'm actually afraid to go to TikTok. They're so good with their algorithm that once you get on there, you end up wasting another hour. So I try to avoid TikTok as much as possible. But a lot of e-commerce brand tried and adopted shoppable ads. Okay. They diverted some of their spending from Facebook and Google to TikTok as well. So TikTok have grown in revenue when it comes to ads and ad spend, and shoppable ads took a big chunk of their, I would say it was a big chunk of their profit. You have dynamic ad creation using just general tools to not necessarily AI powered, but more of an engine that sits on top of open source or stock videos and stock photos that generate ad creative at scale based on branding and stuff like that. I mean, based on my experience, in the past, when we wanted to do an ad, we had to hire somebody to do the creative, create few copies until we decide on the branding. This year, so many different tools have come out. And if any of you would like to drop one in the chat for the audience, please do, that allow you to create those ads very easily based on brands and themes and stuff like that. So that was growing. In fact, ads have grown so much this year when it comes to the tools available for ad creation have grown so much, but there's a decreasing spend on ads across all platforms. And that's a problem for Facebook and Google, where it's the main source of their revenue, right? This is why now, on average, if you watch a 5-minute video, you consume 30 seconds ads on average, right? Can you imagine that? That's worse than TV. So if you're not paying for a premium YouTube, watching a 1 hour of YouTube, probably you're going to see the minimum of 15 to 20 ads popping up in between. It's actually pretty irritating. So this was one of the trends for 2024, more dynamic ads, easier to create. No visual audio content podcasts have exploded in popularity. Many companies have jumped on the bandwagon, which is a great thing. A lot more content is available, not only from specialized industries, but also from people who know their stuff, people who interview, some of the brightest or some of the people or some of the experts in industries, and they bring this knowledge to you. I don't know about your playlist, but I have about 5 top podcasts that I follow, and they vary between entrepreneurship, investment, marketing, revenue operations, sales, AI. So I surround myself with these topics pretty much every day. So that has grown as a marketing channel, and I think you're gonna keep seeing more and more content invested there. And finally, you have multilingual marketing. Luckily, AI has made it so much easier to deliver your message in different languages because most companies don't sell local anymore. Most companies, unless you're a local business, like a restaurant, of course. But if you're like us, or if you're providing a marketing service, most of you have a reach way beyond their local market. And not to forget that the audience that's consuming the stuff is now the world is one big melting pot, pretty much. So with that being said, a lot of companies have put some effort into translating or providing different versions of the same copy. And this year in VBOUT, we have seen way more companies create dynamic content inside their email to serve 2 to 3 languages on average. Okay. So that was a big trend for this year, to be able to support different audiences and expand demographics. All right, so that's a quick review of last year's trends, you guys. What did we miss? Anybody have seen trends that happened that we missed on? Drop it right here. So Teresa's saying for video generation, Pika on Runway. Yes, I've tried both. They are okay. They are okay. I guess depending on what you're trying to do. I didn't have a good experience with Runway last month. I actually paid for a whole bunch of credits. And by the way, I guess pretty expensive, right? I paid for credits like $100. I was able to generate 5 videos, and none of them were on par of what I wanted to achieve. So, still have its problems, but just like everything else, it's a work in progress. In fact, I'm going to share with you a tool that I found, which is completely free and has blown my mind. It's called, this is the tool. I'll bring it over to you here. So it's haluoai.video. This is literally as of last month, because that's when I was working on that small project. It creates such good videos for absolutely free. Okay. So I'll drop in this link for you in the chat. I think it's a Chinese company. It might be Alibaba's branch or something. But I was super surprised. There's a little bit of a delay. I mean, videos don't get generated very easily. So video of a man on a webinar talking about marketing trends. Oops, now it's requiring a login. Okay. That's easy. All right, so while this is working, so let's see who else also have used video generation. Yes, we talked about it a bit. Thank you, Callie. I've stopped using Quillbot as the accuracy is not great. AI website generation. Yes, Callie, thank you so much. If you have followed some of my videos that I've done, AI in website creation is great. There are several websites that you can create like a whole design and a layout from prompt. More companies have deployed it. In fact, the way that these things work, there are blocks of design that already exist And based on the prompt, it pulls from a big repo of designs and patches them together, generating content from AI and also generating images from AI. So yes, that's a great addition to it. All right. Kling.ai is quite good. I've never heard of it. Thank you, Chaplin, for sharing. But like you see here, there's a queue for generating a video. So it tells you like, okay, 18%. We'll see the result once that is done. All right, website design tools. Yes, Peter, we missed that one from last year. Trend definitely was good. Anybody else want to add a trend that we might have missed?
Vadim added the digital avatars, personalized videos, and video prospecting.
Yep. Avatars have grown in popularity this year as well. And you know what? One thing that I really liked is the fact that the cost to acquire these tools have gone down as well. I know there will always be leaders in the market, but there are lots of companies that come out and branch out as a trailing product that can offer decent, good quality AI video for a lot more affordable pricing. So, all right, I think we were on point. We missed a couple, but let's move on to upcoming year's trend. The first trend you're going to see is multi-channel AI chatbots. And I know we preach a lot about this in VBOUT, but like I told you earlier, we go to the future, we bring you what people want, and we produce it. We not only build the technology, but we also educate you on how to use it. Now, people always need to provide support 24/7. They always need to generate leads and collect information via forms. That's something that's been around since, I would say, early 2000s at least, right? So that being said, AI chatbots are now super easy to deploy. Within a few minutes, you can be up and running, providing the same knowledge base with 24/7 support, multiple language, and also responses are more accurate than a human response, at least to a certain level of support, of course. So if you haven't used or deployed chatbots, I highly encourage you to check them out. We have a component in VBOUT that does that. But if you have something else, by all means, you don't have to use VBOUT. We always promote what we build for the obvious reasons. So you're going to hear more about companies deploying AI chatbots, but the thing is, it doesn't only sit on your website. You can have your social media channels be a place where people can interact, can get answers instantly, and also you could collect information instantly. So the one thing that I would recommend you do is to think about an offer you're going to give away next year for your target audience and make that integrated inside your bot. So when they provide their email, you'll be sending them some sort of an offer. And we'll talk about this as well in depth in a second. So the beauty about chatbots is it's easy to train, easy to deploy. It became a lot more affordable than when it first started. The answers are fantastic. And the analytics is really where it shines because you can track a lot deeper than, let's say, using ChatGPT. If you had a widget added to your site that answers questions using a GPT or custom AI, this provides deep analytics so you know exactly how your bot is performing. All right. The second trend is going to be AI-powered wearable. This is a growing area as well. It's gotten a lot better this year than the year before. I know Meta released their glasses, which many people who use it have said great things about it. So I think overall I don't know if you've used it, but you can literally just ask questions about objects in front of you. You can translate things with some accuracy, and they're using their own model in terms of Llama. If you guys know, they open sourced their model, which has gotten very, very good. This week, there was a report that the Chinese military is using open source Llama to improve their military operation, which in essence, it breaches I would say the user GPL of using that open model, but this is how good it is. Now, can you imagine you have in your glasses an intelligence that could also power military decisions? I mean, this is insane. But you're going to see a growing area of wearables that integrate AI. Of course, you all know most of the new generation phones are going to have AI baked into them that sits right in front of the camera. It can detect dimensions. It can, tell you exactly what's going on with your whatever the picture you've taken. So overall, you see a growing area of wearables. Another one is going to be watches. A lot of companies are expanding to the wearables too. So um, like Apple, Fitbit. I mean, these devices offer literally, as you know, heart monitoring, step tracking, sleep analysis, predicting conditions as well. And imagine with AI, this is going to amplify the personalization of these devices. So they won't only augment and give you, some tracking on your current lifestyle, but it will also give some really powerful more meaningful suggestions. When I use them, they used to predict things that I didn't really care about. Now it's a lot more accurate. Just by taking a picture, for instance, of the food that you're eating, it can calculate how many calories it have, whereas before you had to punch the whole thing in and predict or estimate how much it has. Um, Perfect. So that's a trend number two, AI-powered wearable augmenting our lives. By the way, anybody of you used I think what is it called? The rabbit thingy, but that was a complete flop device that supposedly sits on your shirt or somewhere, and it just it raised a lot of money. It was a big hype, and it was delivered. It was so bad that I mean everybody was talking about it on YouTube. So be careful what you buy, by the way. Be careful what you buy. Yeah, that's true, Cali, but also there was another device that they call it the same, I believe. And it happened to be it happened to be a flop. All right. Moving on to trend number three, a hybrid content, you guys. This is really where we are nowadays. Um, Artificial intelligence, AI generating content, human involvement in modifying the content that augment the content. So if you guys talking in an office or with a client, you can say, oh, we're talking about augmented content through AI or something like this. Just throw in this world, and I think maybe you can upcharge $500 just for mentioning it. But the hybrid content is really a great strategy that combines AI with the human insight. So it's not fully outsourced. And I really, really emphasize this. You guys do not outsource all your content to AI. Okay. It does not have your personality. It's not going to be the best. And sometimes it becomes extremely bland and boring. And a lot of people have now a radar that can detect AI written content pretty much immediately. So I recommend fine-tuning, running your copy by AI, getting inspiration through AI, but at the end of the day, just stamp it with your own personality. Okay. Another thing is not only you writing the content, but some people are repurposing content extensively. Okay. Because many of us might struggle coming up with new topics. So, what some podcast owners are doing, they're actually taking videos from YouTube, and all you have to do is supplement the YouTube URL. And then they are asking AI, be it, I think, Notepad LM from Google or ChatGPT, lots of tools. And it tells it to rewrite all the transcript for a new podcast and switch up some of the things. I mean, this is how crazy hybrid content has become. So, getting inspiration, writing full-on episodes and content based on other content, all this is um, more of a trend for this year and continuing more next year. Okay. In VBOUT, by the way, all the presentations that you see is a hybrid of both. We come up with, we do our own research, okay, not only through by asking ChatGPT, but we actually things that we built and interact with clients on, or things that are trending across the board. We write bullet points, we discuss them, we add notes, personal notes, and then when we fine tune it for mistakes and stuff through AI, we assemble the final copy. So a great strategy for those of you writing content. Awesome. Now, trend number 4, we have data privacy and compliance. This is a big concern for a lot of you, and it should be, because AI is growing super fast, and the implication of it can be very harmful for some people, from copyright infringement to deep fakes, potentially also, plagiarism. So there's so much stuff that AI need to be, or AI compliance with AI need to be aware of. We did a whole segment on this, by the way. George, if you have a link to that segment, please drop it in the chat. If you're interested in just understanding the AI compliance across the board as of today. But if I am to summarize it for you, you have the first and foremost law is the EU AI Act. It prioritizes transparency, ethical AI use, and data protection. So they classify content based on extremely critical, sensitive, and they have classification, most of which apply to government and transportation and Food and Drug Administration, that type of stuff. And according to it, there need to be some guidelines and reports and stuff like that. Now, us as business owners, I think the main thing that we need to worry about this upcoming year is how we can be compliant with the recent AI laws in our local geography, or where our clients are, because that's how it works, is where you're selling. So you can be in Europe selling in the United States, you actually have to abide for the laws in the United States. So there are some growing tools that allow you to handle this, but as of now, as a local business, just add to your terms of services, privacy policy, how you're using AI in your technology. Keep an eye on all the things that AI generates as content as much as you can, okay, to see if it's hallucinating, if it's being biased, and just fine-tune things accordingly. You can also add in your copy, if you have contracts, that you are using AI and deploying AI in certain things, because some companies eventually are going to go after vendors for not disclosing that they're using AI of some reason. So just make sure you protect yourself. And I think we have some templates, right, George, that we provided for terms of services, and an AI
Yes.
assessment tool that checks for, it's manual. We can download internally and, check the responses, make sure that it's not biased, make sure that it's accurate, that kind of stuff. Right.
Yeah, I will send them the templates. I think they are in the notes as well.
Yeah. Now, if you're a bigger company, you have some compliance tools like OneTrust, TrustArc, IBM, Fairness 360. I think they assist in managing data protection and detect biases. So these are tools I believe more likely apply to more enterprise companies that have very sensitive, I would say, data and reach and complex legal requirement. But keep an eye on those tools. As of now, most companies our size are using manual tools to manage this stuff, okay? There are also other compliance laws. It doesn't only apply to AI. You have email compliance, CAN-SPAM. You want to make sure you are compliant. Whatever you're sending at any time, you need to be ensuring you're following spam compliance laws. We talk about this a lot. Having unsubscribe, one-click unsubscribe on the footer of every email, including your company details on the footer. We say add your website, company address, and phone number to be fully covered, because there are laws that people can sue you if you've broken those laws, okay? And I cannot tell you how many people break the CAN-SPAM compliance laws, that all it needs is one CAN-SPAM compliance troll to go after those people, okay? Cool. Now, trend number 5, AI-powered email marketing. So why is this a section on its own? And by the way, I have a whole webinar on this, is because email is, this year you had AI enabled and assisted emails, but next year you're almost going to see a 90% AI generated email copy, okay? Email design. So AI is able to create content, design, images, and even the predictive timing for sending those emails. So the whole thing is going to be AI. You just need to be, as you know, overseeing that content as a human. So look out for the tools in any product you use. But in VBOUT, we have AI content generation. We have predictive email sending. We also have an AI image generation coming soon for email. We did it on a landing page builder. We don't have the AI designer yet, but we have thousands of design variations that you can use and hundreds of or dozens of templates. So most people like to see their own design, but coming next year, with design becoming better and better, you will have almost fully powered email marketing coming up. And look, email marketing is still the most impactful channel on revenue. It is part of every company strategy for you know, when it comes to spend versus how much you make, because for every dollar you spend, the average earning is about $36. So email is still by far the most efficient, the easiest to use, as well as the most lucrative channel from an ROI perspective. Ads, you have to spend sometimes thousands of dollars to get a response, which is crazy. There are also some other things that happen in the background when it comes to email, like AI bot detection when it comes to opens and clicks. This is becoming a challenge for marketers. There are some tools to predict IP reputation, domain reputation, do IP swapping that you guys don't necessarily see happening, but it does rely on part predictive and part AI as well. Okay. So AI-powered email marketing will be definitely next year. And also you're going to have a challenge when it comes to emails, because the entry level to start sending out cold emails. I'm going to focus a little bit on cold emails because enrichment tools have become a lot cheaper. So a lot of companies are buying databases from ZoomInfo, Apollo, Seamless, any tool, and they are sending high volume cold outreach without really putting a lot of thoughts into it. And that's where the problem lies, is because you have an increased volume of email that is causing the legitimate companies with the community to be, you know, getting a little bit less visibility in some cases. So how to stand out amongst this crowded inbox that's going to be hitting 400 billion emails per day. Okay, that's how many emails get processed today globally. That's by 2027. I think the volume now is 380 billion, but it's going to hit 400 billion in a couple of years. I have a full workshop on cold emails, you guys, which I'm going to be releasing in the next few days. So if you want to know how to do email marketing right, tools and some tricks, I will be sharing this with you so you can get an idea. Awesome. So increased volume of cold emails. Please be aware, you got to do it right. Don't think that volume is going to go down, it's going to go up. And it's going to be pretty much fully AI powered, 90+% generated through AI. All right, trend number 5, enhance inbox filtering. We're continuing with email in this case, but I mentioned briefly how things get filtered in the background. Personalization. And by the way, this is a quick tool, which I have a lot of things I've been working on, you guys. I'm a very busy man. So I created this very simple sheet, which I'm just trying to grab it to my screen. So how many of you are using clay tables or smart tables? If you are using any, you probably know how these tables work. But in our case, we use Google Sheets. And we were using some part AI. So what we did, I wrote a script that sits on top of your Google Sheet using the extensions app script. And what it does, all you need to make sure you have is your website link of your prospect. And I added a custom menu with one click. It can browse the client's website and scrape the content to write a summary of that company. So it looks like this: what kind of services they offer and some background. Then based on this copy scraped from the client website, it generates for every single contact an email opener and a subject line. This is the first line in the email, not the whole email, the first line. It also generates a cold calling script for that person if you're doing outbound calling. And also it generates a customized SMS. All of these from a custom menu. So let me just do this on the email copy. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to say analyze website. So I already did that part. I click it and it generates this whole thing for you. It takes a second to fill up the whole sheet. But can you imagine sending 1,000 emails and every single email have a completely different subject line and a completely different email copy? That's really what that was built to. So I'm going to be sharing this with you guys, and you can download it, install it. I'm finalizing the document of how you can install it right here. So this is pretty much done. And I'll announce it to the community. So join our Facebook if you want to get access to this amazing sheet that I've been working on. All right. So this is running slow. I think it's just because I'm sharing my screen here, but give it a second. Always in demos.
Is this extension in pipeline, Richard, right?
No. This is outside of VBOUT. This is something that I built for our own prospecting that we're doing. That goes through this, and what am I doing? Here we go. I was clicking the wrong thing. It's a personalized sheet. So if anybody's using clay tables, this can be a free alternative for personalizing things at scale. So after we do this, we usually look at the content. We don't just take it at face value. We review the email copy because we don't want it to be just purely chat GPTs. And we upload it to VBOUT, and then we can add these as merge tags. So I don't know if you know about merge tags and how to use them. Very simple. But I can put a merge tag in the subject line, and that will go out from VBOUT. Okay. Yeah, so Peter is asking, what is Clay Table? Clay is a product that revenue ops companies use where they do this. They literally add their contacts. They find prospects like Apollo. They enrich the data. Then they personalize the copy for each one of them. They do some scraping and some online search on top of it. So it's a very powerful data Excel data table. For this particular demo that I'm showing here, it's just for customizing cold copy. Okay. All right. So yes, you guys, I'll be providing this. I'm just kind of doing my final touches on it, but that's part of the personalization tools you're going to see next year, is to be able to personalize email copy at scale, not only for one person, but for a lot more people. All right. Perfect. All right, how are we doing, you guys? You liking the trends for next year? Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you guys are still there. If you're enjoying the content. Awesome. Thank you. A lot of love, a lot of love. We appreciate you joining us always, always. All right, let's continue, you guys. Omnichannel automation continues to grow in popularity. We don't only say this because we're on the forefront. We are about to release WhatsApp. Actually, I think it's out already, where you can connect your WhatsApp account, and now you can turn WhatsApp into a marketing channel for your company. That was released literally this week. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, this morning. So you manage your WhatsApp conversations and you can also include it inside your messaging. So you're not reaching clients only on one channel, but you can reach them on email, SMS, web push, WhatsApp. You can have the same message across all of these. In fact, you can literally use the sheet and add an additional column for WhatsApp messages if you want. But you can add social media to this, and I'm going to talk about this in a second. But whatever you do as a company, don't think that you are at the mercy of only email channels. You can branch out, experiment with social media, try to see what your SMS compliance laws in your country are, follow these. And if you can deploy WhatsApp, I know WhatsApp is not that great in the US, but outside the US, a lot of companies use it. All right. Cool. So automated workflows, you guys. I've seen companies. I mean, before our automation was about 60% adoptions from our clients. This year it has stick to over 73% of our clients using automations fully. That's a decent jump in our user base because more companies are realizing that we can use automation to supplement a lot of the work, not only outreach, but also internal cleanup. This Excel sheet can be zapped over to VBOUT if I want to, right? And things can work together within the automation sphere to get the data and then automate this kind of stuff. So if you haven't adopted marketing automation, this year is going to be the year to do it. All right. George, we can hear you type. If you don't mind just muting real quick. All right. Cool. Now, the one that I'm personally super excited about, which has happened this year, it became it's starting to trend, a new option, which is social media funnels. Now, many of you think about social media funnels. There's an ad, there's a landing page, there's a click. You go to a landing page, fill out a form, you download, you go to page 2, page 3, right? Like the old-fashioned funnel, sort of. But now this has become a lot more advanced because it's all about removing friction, right? We live in an instant society where people don't want to invest time and effort. Instead of having view the ad or the post, click on the link, consume the content on the page, fill out the form, check the email, download the document, 7 steps. Now, the social media funnels, starting with Instagram, you can create your content and then tell people to leave a keyword in the comment section. So that means 1, they consume your content. 2, they type in the word that you mentioned. A lot easier. We call this converting views to emails. So simply by typing in this section, VBOUT, or if you use something else like ManyChat, I believe, but I'm gonna preach VBOUT. We can create an automation that sends that person a DM, and inside the DM, you can ask them for their email and say, thank you for your interest in the blueprint. Please give me your email and I'll deliver this to your inbox. So within the Instagram experience, without having to leave the app, without having to visit your own website or landing page, right? Because people do trust Instagram more than they trust your page. They could provide an email and literally you'll capture this inside VBOUT and you can fill out a whole automation thereafter and a sequence of event, like go multi-channel if you want. Nothing's stopping you. So think about this for a second. You've eliminated, 7 steps and summed it down to 3. View the reel, which people consume in a scroll of doom anyway. 2, comment. 3, answer the DM by providing you with an email, and that's it. It's done. So reducing friction by 60% is substantial when it comes to marketing. And I highly encourage you to try this out, guys. Our preliminary testing have shown that this is great with consumer goods and some service-oriented specialized companies. but there are going to be a lot more companies adopting this, and I want you to jump on this bandwagon. So inside VBOUT, we have a feature that lets you do this in literally 2 seconds. But I come back to what you need to have is you need to have an offer, have a workshop, a guide, a giveaway, a blueprint, video, free consultation, free website analysis, whatever you're selling, try to put together an offer of value that people will be tempted to provide to you. So in this particular example, this gentleman has a decent following on Instagram. He talks about health and fitness, about he looks at some of those influencers that talk about health, but they don't refer to the research, pseudoscience. And then eventually, after gathering the following, at the end of each video, he's now asking people to leave a keyword blueprint so he can send them his blueprint of whatever exercise, I think. So that's how he's turning hundreds of thousands of followers and collectively millions of views into an email list, which you know what you can do from there, right? You can enrich the email with more details. You can then use personalized content to send that different emails at scale for every person. Sky is the limit. All right. So that's a trend that's going to be growing for next year. Definitely need to stay on top and see how you can adopt it for your company. If you're using social media and you're pushing reels or regular posts, I think this is a channel to explore. And I believe this will be applied to Facebook as well. All right, trend number 8. Now we're going to talk a little bit about few design options that are going to be popular, starting with parallax. Now, we all know parallax works really well on websites, but the continued experience, you can see it in this case, the background looks pretty cool, right? Now, I want to say that this is ready for email, but it's not. Even though you can create some complicated CSS to make it happen inside email, that particular design, I don't know if it's going to be supported fully this year in email. There are a lot of limitations, complexity. It's not for everybody, but that parallax experience, even though it's not new, I think the way companies are using it now is in this particular context. It's telling a story through the parallax. Okay. The experience is more memorable. It looks cool, and clients like it. Another design option, you're going to see more 3D objects. I think more companies are now able to create these type of visuals through AI and including them inside the email. So they're merging flat with 3D to give a great contrast, okay, of things. It elevates the design, it potentially boosts click-through rates, and it's all about testing at the end of the day. So you can test your emails this year by adopting 3D design with flat design and see if these bring any better or worse results. Bold typography, more and more companies, especially the last quarter in VBOUT, have started to adapt bigger, bolder fonts to get people interested or to deliver a message. So that's another trend that's gonna be shown more in your unbox this upcoming year when it comes to email. Because as you know, typography is key in design, and sometimes people, all they read are certain types of font, even though you can have like a huge list, they might pick up on just the titles. So think about hierarchy of your font, which one should be in which size, which family, and so on. Okay. This is a simple example that looks pretty good and certainly something to consider for this upcoming year. Now you have glass morphism. In this case, it's more like translucent. You can see here it's like a frosted glass-like effect. It brings just elegance, modernity to your web design. This style is more of layers on top of layers. It has some abstract kind of feel to it. it enhances readability without sacrificing much of the aesthetics. So, and again, I come back to AI generated stuff. If you're using Canva or using your own AI generated tool for creating these type of graphics, try to play with the prompt to generate something like this. It's called glass morphism, as you can see at the top. And I believe some AI content can generate something like this very easily. You can use them in cards, buttons, banners, and stuff like that. All right, last but not least, in this particular trend is the eco-friendly designs. More companies are trying to create more eco-friendly content. Now, I don't know if you know this, but every prompt in ChatGPT, every prompt question that you ask consumes 4 bottles of water, okay? And heating, processing, the whole 9 yard. So, I don't know if you're gonna go eco-friendly, just make sure to be true about it, because if you're using AI, you're not being eco-friendly necessarily. But a lot of companies are aware and now are understanding that using AI and crypto and Web 3.0 and is very, very energy consuming. But a lot more eco-friendly designs are going to pop up this year. Awesome. Now we have the rise of generative AI optimization. Instead of SEO, we have GEO. Needless to say, you guys follow the news. Many of you already are on top of this. But ChatGPT just released their search, which is really, really powerful. You can, and I think it's just available for Plus members for now. But you know, Perplexity AI is already a search engine on top of AI. Google also announced integration of search within their Gemini, which is their own version of ChatGPT. Now, the difference between traditional search and the search is that you can have a conversation with the result. And that's something that makes the experience very unique. And I'll give you an example. You can say, can you please suggest, top products for marketing that's fit for digital agencies? You're going to get some results and you're going to say, my budget is $200. Can you please find me the right one? And then you can say, I'm focusing on email and automation. This will literally just take your thought process and guide you to the best results available, arguably the best result. So I think the search experience is changing a lot. How can you optimize for this is the trick that most marketers are trying to figure out. How can they be included in these ChatGPT-like search results? That's the trick. Now, the one thing that we read about is that ChatGPT or Gemini, they're still following some of the basic of SEO, like markups, being listed in third-party, highly trafficked communities, like let's say you're in G2 or Gartner or Capterra or these channels. They rely on those sources, but they also scour the web for other things. It's very important for you to have the best type of information on your website about the thing that you do with the proper markup. That's the only thing we can recommend right now based on limited knowledge in SEO. But you're going to see the rise of GEO as they're referring to it. And you know how marketers, they're very creative when it comes to content. And I think there's a framework here where they call it the EAT, EEAT, which expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, principles that ensure AI tools consider your content. I'm narrating here from my notes, but that's what they refer to. So if you have the expertise and the experience and people trust you through feedback and comments, and you have authority in the field through linkbacks, most likely you'll be included in the GEO, okay? Awesome. Finally, last trend for today is AI video ads and deep fakes. Now, I've combined those together because honestly, this year, a lot of scams have happened because of AI, particularly in ads. There were so many of them on Elon Musk, who was promoting an investment product. It was all deep fake, by the way. Somebody was able to take Elon Musk's character. They used some, you can download from GitHub your own version of a deep fake editor, and you can narrate with his face, or you can actually generate a spin-off video with his voice. Okay, and then sync the lips with the content, or the lips with the voice that you've generated externally. So deep fakes and ads is a huge problem. This year has cost billions of dollars in money lost for these types of ads. You're going to see them grow next year. And Facebook and YouTube are not doing enough to clean those up, because they will lose a lot of their ad revenue. So that's why they haven't been quite strict on cracking down on these. Now, they're very good in blocking a video if it has an email, but they're very bad in detecting a deepfake ad, which baffles me. But on the upside, you're going to be able to create ads that have an avatar face on it that looks very decent and very presentable, that could talk about your content or idea or product you're trying to sell. So you'll see more and more this year. If you are wondering where things are in the ad space, beside optimized AI-powered ad delivery, and last year it was generating content, personalized ads at scale. Now you're going to see deepfakes and more AI-powered video ads. Whew. All right. So that summarizes all the trends, you guys. Let's recap them real quick together. So starting from trend number 1, multi-channel AI chatbots. That's going to be huge next year. AI-powered wearables, if you're using any, or if you're a marketer and you want to understand how to use it, I recommend trialing the Meta glasses. They're pretty good. Hybrid content augmented through AI, whether you're repurposing content, you're getting ideas from third party, or simply writing up your own. Data privacy and compliance around AI and email, and that's going to be a big thing for a lot of people. Even some are saying that now Trump might overturn some of the AI compliance laws that were being put in place in the United States. We don't know yet. But one thing that we predict for sure is the cost of AI most likely will go up because the tariffs are going to go up. So anytime tariffs go up, especially for raw materials, and most technology is being built overseas. So when tariffs go up, microchip is going to go up. When the microchip goes up, your membership with Gemini and ChatGPT and other tools is going to go up. So be on the lookout for that. AI powered, fully powered email marketing, omni-channel automation, branching beyond email and SMS. You can now leverage things like WhatsApp, social media funnels, website and email design trends. I shared a few of them here with you. The rise of GEOs, generative engine optimization, and finally, AI video ads and deepfakes. So that summarizes it for you guys. Love to see you adapt some of those, if not already, but for next year. And yeah, if you are looking for marketing technology, you guys can always, if you haven't used VBOUT and it's your first time on these events, George will be dropping a link to the demo so you can speak to one of our accounts rep. We are definitely one of the best choices in the industry for your marketing stack. We don't do 1,000 things. We focus on 3 main core components, and these are going to be your arsenal for growing next year: email, automation, AI chatbots, plus small tools in marketing that allows you to get there. That's pretty much it. So other than that, I want to give a shout out to George, who always assists on these presentations. Shout out to the VBOUT team. And I want to wish everybody who joined us a happy new year. I know I'm going to probably be speaking to you on the channel, on our partner meeting in December, but You guys are always a blessing to us. Thank you so much for joining our events, supporting our content, commenting, leaving a feedback. I mean, this means the world to us. We ask if you like our copy, if you like the content we're sharing, spread the word, tell others about VBOUT. Word of mouth referral and marketing is always going to be the best form of marketing. That's it. I want to wish everybody happy end of day, unless it's morning for you, then good morning, and have a great rest of the month, you guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, George.
You're welcome, Richard. Thank you guys for joining, and I wish you everyone Happy New Year.
Awesome. Thank you.